heart shapes emphasize romance. For everyday wear, small ruby pieces add character without overpowering an outfit. While preparing this episode, I was reading a fascinating reference book. And this episode is not about the book itself, but I'm simply using it as a reliable source, one among many others. Jade has held a privileged position in Asian cultures for millennia. In recent years, it has re-entered the international spotlight, appearing in Hollywood jewelry collections, fashion editorials, and high-profile auctions. This return marks a shift in perception. Jade is no longer appreciated solely for its cultural or even historical weight. It is now recognized for its aesthetic, intelligence, symbolic depth, and visual restraint. For contemporary collectors and style leaders, Jade functions as a marker of cultivated taste, an elegance that resists trend cycles and favors continuity. In ancient China, jade was known as the stone of heaven. Its role extended far beyond ornamentation. Jade embodied purity, wisdom, moral integrity, and also immortality. Emperors and aristocrats commissioned jade for ceremonial objects, burial artifacts, seals, and personal adornments. Its presence within palaces and temples transformed it into an emblem of legitimacy and virtue. Carved into discs, animals, and symbolic forms, jade was believed to align the wearer with cosmic order, offering protection and longevity. Across civilizations, jade consistently represented values beyond surface beauty. From Mesoamerica to East Asia, cultures attributed protective and harmonizing qualities to the stone. Its green spectrum evoking growth, continuity, and nature. So jade functioned not merely as a sign of wealth, but as a material expression of inner cultivation. And it is interesting to know that historically, jade was actually worn daily, as much as it was worn in ceremonies. Bracelets, pendants, and talismans served both aesthetic and protective purposes, grounding the wearer in a sense of permanence and order. Its power has always been understated, yet pretty much persistent, operating through presence rather than spectacle. Jade refers to two distinct minerals, nephrite and jadeite. They are visually pretty much similar, but they differ significantly in structure, density, and color range. Nephrite is exceptionally tough, typically appearing in shades of green, gray, and cream. Its surface feels smooth and dense. Jadeite is composed of interlocking granule crystals, and it is rare and more vibrant. Its color spectrum extends from white and pale green to anything near lavender, black, and the highly prized imperial green. The word jade derives from a Spanish word meaning stone of the side. Early Spanish observers noted that Mesoamerican cultures passed jade against the body for healing. When Burmese jadeite reached China in the late 18th century, Chinese artisans immediately recognized its superior translucency and carving potential. They refined techniques that emphasize purity of form, polish, and internal glow, producing bangles, pendants, hair ornaments, and also ritual objects of exceptional refinement. Unlike faceted gemstones, jade does not rely on brilliance or sparkle. Light penetrates beneath the surface, creating depth rather than reflection. As I said, the colors are so various. For example, lavender jadeite is particularly valued for its subtlety and rarity, and its tonal variations are often incorporated into the design, treated not as flaws but as evidence of authenticity and natural origin. Durability is central to jade's identity. It resists fracture and wear, making it a suitable choice for consistent day-to-day wearing. This physical resilience mirrors its symbolic meaning: continuity, endurance, and composed strength. So we can say jade aligns naturally with women who value stability, coherence, and a long view of timeless style. Contemporary collectors assess jade by several criteria, like color saturation, translucency, texture, and quality of carving. Imperial green jadeite remains the benchmark, while white, pale green, and lavender offers quiet expressions of refinement. These variations allow jade to adapt seamlessly to modern wardrobes without losing its historical authority. So in the fashion world today, dominated by visual excess, jade maintains composure, and that consistency is precisely what gives it lasting value. As I said earlier, jade suits women who value depth, refinement, and restraint. Someone prefers presence or spectacle. It enhances character without overpowering it and creating an effect that feels very much composed, intentional, and quietly assured. It may be very interesting to know that Emilia Clarke often wears jade earrings that are light, delicate, and precisely crafted. Here you can see thoughtful, artistic, and natural. Uma Thurman chooses bold jade designs, including dramatic butterfly earrings. The scale works very good on her because her features carry strength. The green intensifies her blue eyes and fair skin, creating visual contrast without imbalance. Jessica Chastain demonstrates jade's red carpet potential. Her translucent green stones allow light to move through the material, creating depth and luminosity. Paired perfectly with her red hair, porcelain skin, and strong lipstick, jade reinforces authority and polish, rather than decoration. Another example is Amy Adams. She favors large jade earring set in gold. The effect is decisive and pretty much composed. In another example, Katie Holmes selects bold, pure jade forms that resemble exotic fruit. The interaction between stone, skin, and fabric feels relaxed yet pretty much deliberate. These pieces highlight natural features and convey ease, poise, and charisma. The guiding principle of jade is balance. The stone and the wearer must elevate one another. And this is really beautiful. Its luminosity responds to skin tone, hair color, and clothing, forming a cohesive visual language. So jade does not dominate an outfit. It refines it because elegance here comes from intention, taste, and it is also safe to say the cultural awareness. Jade is exceptionally adaptable. Its soft translucence allows it to shift effortlessly between formal and everyday wear, responding well to metal choice, color palettes, and proportion. For the metal pairing, I can say warm metals like yellow and rose gold create richness against jade's green. Rose gold softens the stone, producing a feminine glow. Yellow gold, on the other hand, heightens depth and also saturation, lending a very classical heritage quality to the jade. White metals like platinum, white gold, or even silver, they can easily, on the other hand, frame jade with clarity and precision. The contrast sharpens the green, making it ideal for clean silhouettes and modern styling. This pairing feels very controlled and very much deliberate. Pearl or cream accents are neutral companions. They enhance jade without competition. Pearls and cream tones reinforce softness and are especially effective for daytime or professional contexts. Neutral tones like white, beige, camel, gray, and black allow jade to lead. For example, a jade pendant on silk or a bangle over knitwear immediately elevates simplicity. Rich colors like burgundy, royal blue, mustard, and wine red intensify jade's presence. So jade is like a best friend for everyday wear of all ages because it works naturally in daily jewelry. Rings, pendants, and earrings retain meaning without formality. Smooth jade bands in 10K or 14K gold suit hands, offering polish without effort. You can do layering to add dimension. Limit to 2 or 3 chains with varied textures so jade remains the central. And do not forget that symbolic shapes matter so much here. Rounded cabochons, carved leaves, or let me say circular forms introduce meaning while maintaining restraint. Jade complements most skin tones. Neutral nail colors like milky pink, sparso, they support the stone's glow. Loud colors distract from jade's depth. Reserve large or intricate pieces for non-work settings, for evenings. In this situation, statement jade transforms everything. Cocktail rings or chandelier earrings become focal points against dark or neutral gowns. You can maintain the look elegantly with minimal gold accents and control the layering to avoid visual noise. And when it comes to dress, I should tell you that jade excels with silk, brocade, and velvet. So use placement intentionally. Earrings to frame the face, bracelets to accent sleeves, pendants to define neckline, and pay attention to traditional motifs because if they are paired with modern cuts, they can maintain relevance and depth. The Olmec civilization was among the earliest cultures to recognize jade's spiritual and artistic power. Jadeite was carved into ritual objects and jewelry reserved for elites. It was even more valuable than gold. Can you believe that? Because jade symbolized fertility, protection, and authority. There are also some imperial jade jewelries. Imperial jade bangles and pendants demonstrates technical mastery through proportion, translucency, and carving precision. Many of them are now in museums, but still continue to influence modern designers who reinterpret classical forms. Hollywood introduced jade to global luxury culture. Their choices emphasizes translucency, lightness, and balance, providing jade's relevance in contemporary glamour. Ask whether a piece enhances your posture, supports your wardrobe, and reflects your taste. Jade rewards discernment. It teaches clarity through restraint, revealing strength without insistence. This is why jade is still around. It belongs to women who value longevity, coherence, and beauty, and they don't really ask for permission. Few jewels illustrate turquoise narrative power as clearly as the Marie-Louise tiara. Created in 1810 in Paris, the tiara was originally set with 79 Colombian emeralds, totaling approximately 700 carats. This series was the first out of some new series dedicated to gemstones. Do not forget to come back, because the next episode will be the time for heaven. In the meantime, watch the next video.